So it's going to be video. The
Yes,
face must be
yes,
showing at the. Oh, okay,
yes,
okay.
yes. All right.
No
Thank
problem.
you, everyone. Hello, viewers. Thank you for joining us today. This is Pescademy by Aqualg, a platform dedicated to teaching on sustainable aquaculture and how to practice aquaculture sustainably. And today we are going to be having our farmer's story, episode one. We have our amiable guest speaker with us, who is Mr. Tope Odetola. Is a great man in the aquaculture industry. He has also trained people to come into the business. He has been featured on TV, he has been featured on radio, and he has trained even coppers to come into aquaculture business. He has done a great works. He sells his products both home and abroad, and is one of the key industry person to study today. So that's why he's on the show with us. Welcome here. Good evening, Mr. Tope. How are you doing today?
Good evening. Thank you. I'm fine.
Yes. Yes. So we already know your name, that you are Mr. Tope Odetola, but what we don't know is, how do you get into aquaculture business? We know you spent a decade in that sector. So how did you get into aquaculture business? Let's hear from you.
Okay. Thank you. I think the journey to aquaculture, well, is a very interesting journey, and when I was at home waiting to get my admission, to study law, and my mom wasn't comfortable with me being at home and just sitting and doing nothing, and he has to, push me out to be doing something. So by pushing me out, there is a uncle of mine that is close to my mom and has a farm. Though he was a banker by profession, but love fish farming business, and he reported me to him, and he invited me to his house to have a talk with me to know what is my plan and what did I want to achieve. So by so doing, plan to him, and him as a person tried to persuade me not to go and study law, and he just encouraged me that I should try if I can go in the line of agriculture, since I've started doing little things about agriculture, and that is how the interest started. And somebody that wants to study law has to be a art student from the background of the secondary school level, and somebody that wants to go in the line of agriculture has to be a science student to have all this science background. But he has to even convince me and pay for me to go and rewrite another WAEC to go in the line of agriculture. So in this, I was confused, and I have to rewrite another WAEC to be in the line of science. So, and I was able to push it, and from there I was working with him in his farm and also going for lesson. And after the exam, I was able to enroll myself to Federal College of Fishery and Marine Technology. Prior to that, I'm already in the line of the fish farming business, working as a farm attendant in his farm. So I was pushing myself, pushing, and the interest, was coming, and I was meeting different people. He sent me to different training, and attend the Lagos State Farm Service Center training, attend many seminar, just to build myself before even going to the deep of. So I was lucky. All the money I was making, I was able to channel the money into to sponsor myself into study fishery. And when I left his farm in 2014, because of the passion, uh, you know, there's no much of delay, so I just started my own fish farming business, and that is how the journey started so far. Hello,
Okay, that's
so should I
amazing.
continue?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's amazing. We've heard about the story how that training is key. You were enrolled in diverse training
Wow, network.
in aquaculture today. So, for how long has it been for you? How long have you been in this aquaculture business? If you can check
Well,
back, how long?
okay. I started with that my uncle. That's Mr. Abiodun Agbomabiwon in his farm. The name of his farm is Broadwater Farm. I started in 2011. I worked with him from that 2011 to 2014. So I left his farm 2014, and I started my own that same 2014. I was able to register my farm 2016, and since then, that is how the journey began.
That's great. That's great. So from the downline now, it means that you've spent about 13 good years in the industry. That's more than a decade. So you must have even met a lot of people, experienced a lot of trials and error, experienced farm failures, breakages, and these have built a wealth of experience. And that's why we are bringing you up here today to share your story. A lot of people that see aquaculture business as much more technical, that maybe or not sustainable. But for you to have spent 13 years and still in the business, it is a wonderful story to come and share. How you have, what has really kept you. But before we get to what have really kept you, what have you been able to achieve so far with this business? Maybe monetary and asset wise, what have you been able to achieve? Is your main business. So if you are not getting anything out of it, you should have left the business, of course. So what have you been able to achieve? Let's hear your story about that and see how it's going to inspire someone today to get into aquaculture business.
Well, if we were to talk about what to achieve, I must give glory to God. I was able to, acquire knowledge and exposure, networking, um, meeting all sorts of people, both people that are sincere and people that are not sincere, and um, um, different kind of people, and I've seen different kind of fish, and so there's a lot of achievement. Through the journey of aquaculture, I was able to raise. Oh, well, through the journey of aquaculture, I was able to become a millionaire, and from there, through the journey of aquaculture, I was able to
I don't know, can we still hear our speaker or maybe it's his network? So let's hope he joins back and wait a little bit. So he was sharing his story how that for the past 13 years that he has been in the aquaculture sector, he has been able to network, he has been able to build relationship with different kind of people, and more importantly he said something that people that are sincere and people that are not sincere, right? So in business journey you will always face that, you face people that are sincere. It might be a challenge for anyone that's okay meeting people that are not sincere, but then this is part of his experience that he has met people that are not sincere, and that could actually affect you in your business. And one of the things he also mentioned is that working with different people, working with different fish and so on and so forth. So where he stopped, sir, is that it has been able to you have been able to make millions via aquaculture is a very key thing we want to know. So that some people not think okay fish business is just going to give you on leave you on five figures. Can you really make 6 figures from there? So let's go ahead and hear from you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well, through the business of aquaculture, just like I was saying, I was able to network and meet with different people in the line of different profession. Talk of the journalists, lawyers, and doctor, actor and actress, and to the top of the number two citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in person of the Professor Yemi Oshibajo. And through the line of aquaculture, I was, also have opportunity to, network with the Dr. Akiwumi Adesina, that's the former Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria and a current president of the AFDB, that's the African Development Bank. I was able to, be a face of TV in the line of the business I'm doing, the fish farming, and I also be on different platform of radio station and magazine, both entertainment magazine, agricultural magazine. It was the journey of aquaculture that was able to network me and you know push me to that level. And I'm grateful. And through the journey of aquaculture, I was able to know both in the West Africa, in the African continent, and the whole world. So many people have not even met me. We've not seen one on one. But because I'm in the line of fish farming business, they were able to get my contact through maybe online or through one one buyer or the other. And since then, they've been buying my product, sending a gift to me, appreciating what I've been doing, have in every part of the world. So I'm happy that I'm in the line of aquaculture. I'm in line of the fish farming business, and I'm happy that I'm in Nigeria.
All right, that's awesome. So yeah, there's something I still really want you to mention because you've mentioned social assets. You've mentioned the online assets, how you were able to network with high level people, cross African people. You are not only selling to Nigerians, you are selling to Nigerians in diaspora and even people outside Nigeria, which is a great track record in your story, right? So, in terms of monetary aspect, you said it has made you a millionaire, right? And that's one of the key things that can attract youth nowadays. Can this really make me break into millions? Because they don't want to do a business that can't give them stability or cannot. So, for you, how long did you stay in the business that made you millions? Is it the first year? Is it the third year? Is this the second year that you started running the business and it made you millions?
Wow. You see, in that aspect of that million, life is stages. To where you are going or where you want to be at a goal is going to be a gradual process. And if we were to go back to how I started the fish farming business, when I left Broadwater Farm, and I didn't, have a intention of leaving the farm, but something happened that make me uncomfortable in that farm. So because of this, I have to leave because I wasn't comfortable with the system at that moment, with the people I was working with, unsincere people that are working under me. And I left the place. And when I left, I started with the processing of fish because I didn't have equipment and I didn't have anything. I've not been able to save enough money. So how much with the money am I talking about that I started with? It's just 15,000 naira as at that 2014. So how did I started and how did I make use of 15,000? Because when somebody hears somebody starting a business with 15,000 naira, they will be wondering that how is it possible? This person must not be, sincere person. But is how you want to go that will determine what you are going to start. The more money you have, the more profit you make. The processing of a fish does not, require much. If you have low capital, you can start it and grow yourself till when you start making that million. It depends on how industrious you are, you know, that will determine when you start making the million. And I, as a person, I started I set a target for myself because I've attended different training, different seminar the future. And luckily, the man that was working with, that is Mr. Abiodun Agbomabiwon, is the type of person that build people. There's nobody that work with him that will not build the person. Even if you decide on your own, you don't longer want to work with him. You should have picked one or two things in terms of have a skill that can make you to stand on your own. So he, as a banker retire, he always prepare all the people working with him, and he's always set a target, a goal for them that you. I started as a farm attendant. He I graduated to the level of he make me a supervisor that manage is the farm. Every other person that worked there, even including the people that I met there, they were working under me. And it was a very good setting. So with all this knowledge, information gathered from him, with that 15,000 that I was able to raise, I was able to go to a processor that have a machine, a smoking clean. That's the machine you can use drying the fish. And I bought the fish. How much are they selling the fish there? The lunch, that's the small size, was 400, 350 per kilogram. And I started with just 30 kg with that 15,000 naira. I paid the man the processing fee. He processed the fish for me, packaged the fish, and with the target give myself, I was able to sell the fish within you know 2 weeks. So another challenge I gave myself is I was able to make profit. And what I did is I call one of the accountants working with me when I was working with that my uncle. I helped him to do a cash flow. So from that cash flow, give me a record or a understanding that the first production is going to be lost. From second production, you know, this following year, I'll begin to make some improved profit. And that is how I started. And what I now do is to initial plan is to for me to sell 30 kilo of fish in 2 weeks. Once I discover that, and I'll say, okay, what I'll do, I'll give myself a target. I'll be selling 30 kilo of fish in a week. So when I sell 30 kilo of fish in a week, that's in 1 month or 4 weeks together. In 1 month, this is what I've achieved. That is how I set the goal, the target for myself. And I was able to meet up with that. And I appreciate all the people that we started together, that was giving the encouragement, buying the fish, and that is how it started. And the thing was going, it was going. From there, I moved to archery in producing juvenile and fingernails with just 50,000 naira. So the total of my investment in that 2014 is to achieve something. And that is how it started. People were buying. I was getting referral. If this one should buy the fish, he will refer me to another person. That is how the journey started. And the money was coming. And I was lucky. I got a recommendation from UAC. That's the maker of a fighter feed. Somebody that I gave my fish to, Mr Tope Odetola, introduced me to the senior boss in Jos. And that one also was amazed with the story. Introduced me to the former head of service in Niger State, order a smoking clean from me, and also invite me to Niger State, Mina, to come and give a training to them, you know, and it wasn't successful with some, just like I said, unsincere people that I was able to have around me then. That's you know, the people that was available then, and they betrayed me. But I never discouraged. I still keep on, and the thing was getting interesting. Recommendation from here and there, and people were asking for my fish. Somebody gave somebody bought my fish, took to abroad, and the person saw it, like it, and start calling. So the order was increasing, the production was increasing, the profit also was also increasing, and that is how the the business was growing. Not same year that I started, not same month, not same week that I make million. So I started 2014. It was growing, that's around that towards ending of 2014, half a million was moving to the account. As at 2015, it was growing, you know, 2016, the money was more than a million. 2017 was growing. 2017, the money double. I was having much money, much money. So it's not just a journey of a day. And if I'm to say for the people that are listening, you don't grow a tree in a day. It's a gradual. It's a gradual. So that is how the journey started. And up to now, we are still growing.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful touch of story around that. So he mentioned that there's always been that he gave himself targets of I want to achieve this weekly, I want to achieve this month. So and One thing I want you to note is that you cannot grow a tree in a day. It is a gradual process. So you have to start, embrace your little beginning and keep growing. So when he said he started fish into aquaculture business, that's the fish processing aspect, with 15,000 naira, you can just see that he's not raising the fish himself, he just procure and process and sell out. So if you are looking to start aquaculture business today with a low budget capital of maybe 50,000 to 100,000, you can also do that. You can buy fish, you can buy melon size of fish, and you will give it to those that has the smoking king. They are going to smoke for you, and you are going to find your market, people that needs the product, and you're going to sell to them. So we have two questions that I'm going to ask them all together. Would you recommend aquaculture business to someone that is just starting out, or maybe someone that is not in the agricultural sector? I did not study agriculture, I'm a 9 to 5 business person. Can you do agriculture, aquaculture business, and what has kept you in the business so far till this moment? What has kept you in the business so far? So that's the two questions I'm going to ask them. Would you recommend aquaculture business to someone that is just starting out, or maybe someone that is not in the agricultural sector?
Did I have the floor now?
Yes, yes, you have it, you have it.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, a fantastic question. Will I recommend aquaculture business? No. I think what I will let's reframe the question. You asked me if I will recommend a fish farming business to somebody. But when you talk of aquaculture, aquaculture is wide, and it's something different, you know, segments that people should specialize on. So what I will suggest is, don't put the question. Let's say, will I recommend the fish farming business to somebody? I will say yes, 100%. If we are to talk about aquaculture, aquaculture is wide. It's not something that one person can do. Even the government of Nigeria have not been able to achieve the all the value chain that are attached to aquaculture. Fish farming business, because when you even say fish farming business, it's still wide. But let's say fish farming, because when you say fish farming business, we have culturing of different species of fish farming, the freshwater fish, and you know marine water fish. But what is common and what is easy to culture here in Nigeria is freshwater fish, and we have different species. Name it. From the popular one, catfish is available. We have the tilapia, we have the pangasius, we have the brahma, we have the ruu, the climbing perch, which one? Common carp, you know, heterotis, just, you know, gymnacos is there, and that can recommend fish farming business, because business is a business of comfort. It's a business that you do that will give you comfort, and it's something that has to do with water. Unlike other farm business, that when you are doing it, you'll be panic, and you nearly have hypertension. Fish farming business, there are different way of doing it. It's uh, it's something you can do within your flat if you have a limit space. It's something you can do for yourself without doing it being going commercial, that you can use it to feed your family and live a healthy life and have a healthy family. So fish farming business is wide, unlike other aspect of farming, that like you can't do poultry. Let me take for example, anyhow. You can't do turkey in any environment. If you are staying in a flat, you can rear fish, in as much that you have a way where you can channel the water for the the wastewater. So it's something, but you can't do poultry if you are staying in a four flat apartment. You can't do poultry because the smell is going to inconvenience others. But unlike fish, in as much you have a channel where you can a drainage where you can channel the wastewater to, you are good to go. You even eat the fish. You can, if you are the kind of person, you can share with your neighbor and they will be happy. So a fish farming business is a business that if whether you are young, you are old, you can do it, and it's very timing. You can do fish farming business and do other things. Let me give you an example. My uncle that brought me into the line of aquaculture, line of fish farming business. That's in the person of Mr. Abiodun Agbomagbon. He was working in a bank when he started. The wife was a nurse, and they have their own property where they are staying. They have two flats. They are staying in the front while they have tenant at the back. And how did they started? They just attend a seminar, and it was a wooden vat, the wooden vat that they started with. They put the tarpaulin, they construct a box, wooden box, and they lay a tarpaulin in inside, and they call the plumber to connect the pipe for the outlet, the waste water, and the plumber also connect the pipe that will channel the water in. And this thing was done in between the compound of the house by the block side of the fence of the house. So when he's going to the work in the morning, as a banker, he has to wake very early in the morning. The wife is also a nurse and need to resume to work in time. They wake very early in the morning. They make sure they change all the water. They feed the fish. They go to their work. They feed them in the morning. And coming back in the evening, they will also pay attention and feed the fish. Within 3 4 months, they achieve 1 kg of fish. So you can see that the fish farming business is something that is convenient, that you can set time and do. If we were to talk about other raising other animal, you can be raising broiler and feed the broiler, just feed the feeder, the water, and you go to work in the morning. The kind of the way the broiler behave, maybe they will have poo in the water, in the feed, or even the sun. Maybe the temperature was high, the water have turned hot. If one is not careful, one will lose all the chicken. So unlike a fish farm is not like that. You can take care of your fish, go out in the morning, go and do other business, and come back in the evening and take care. So, and you can see that's another source of income. And I have other people that are also in the line of fish farming business in different value chain. When I say different value chain, I have lawyers. Kenneth Onyema is a lawyer, is an engineer. He loves fish, making money from fish. The wealthy family from Anambra. And this man will buy fresh fish. He has plastic pond in his house and one smoking clean. And he will buy fish. If he's not having fish in his pond, he will go to different farm where they have fish. He will buy the fish, give it to the people that will process it, package it. I did it majorly because he will just tell me, send me the money. I should do 100 kg of fish. I will take the fish to him, and whenever he's going to meeting, whether he's going to court or he's going for engineering meeting or whatever, he will pack all the fish in his car and start showing people. And from there, people start buying and taking abroad, and that is how he's doing it. is an engineer by profession, is also a lawyer by profession, or now had a fish farming business to it, and is making money, and is also enjoying the fish because the family also eat the fish. They are healthy family. So you can see the importance of fish farming. And also when we are talking about the nutritional value aspect, fish is one of the major contributor. So we need fish, we need fish protein than any other protein. So it's important. If you are not doing it for commercial, you can do it for your own consumption. So is fish is life, because fish survive in water, and everybody need water. There's nobody in this health that does not take water. There is nobody. If you don't eat this, you don't eat that, I know you'll be taking water. So 100%, million times, if I should have opportunity of coming back to the world, I will continue to be a fish farmer. And I'm happy the the children I'm having, they are also happy to be, even they are much interested in supporting me. If I'm going to feed the fish, so you can see that I've started building them, preparing them for the future. So they should see the importance of fish. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that wonderful insight on your endorsement for fish farming business. And you gave a very good clarification around why we should not call it aquaculture business because of how wide aquaculture business is. But when we talk about fish farming, we can still, in a way, say that we are narrowing it down to yes, you are culturing your fish, or maybe you are doing fish processing and so on and so forth, because it sounds much more easier for someone that is not in the agricultural sector to start. And you made mention of your mentor or your leader who was a banker, and this gives us an insight that even though you are in 9 to 5 hours, right, or maybe you are a 9 to 5 workers, you can start aquaculture business by the side. It doesn't stop your work because it is less stressful. You just have to feed in the morning, come back in the evening, and in comparison to other agriculture business that needs more attention in the livestock sector, you can't actually really say you want to meddle it with other works, but aquaculture or fish farming business can give you present such opportunities for you. So we are very inspired today on your story, and all of you are just to know again that this is Pescademy by Aqualg, a platform dedicated to teaching on the practice of aquaculture sustainably. And this is our farmer story episode 1, where we have Mr. Tope Odetola. You can see he has shared a lot of experience around how he grew through networking, through taking dealings to train, attending different trainings, building his skills. Started as being pushed out, but then he has grown from there. He has built a lot of assets from there, and also trained a lot of people to become a fish farmer. So thank you so much for coming to this show today. We really appreciate it, sir. If you were here, we would have clapped for you if it was a physical stuff and all those kind of meriting. So thank you very much, sir. So what advice will you say before we leave this show today? What advice do you want to give our viewers before we leave this show today?
Okay, thank you. I thought you would not ask for that. I Let me start from fishery scientists, people, people that have opportunity to higher institution, whether college, poly, or universities to study fishery, and they should not see themselves as somebody that is not important in the society, because the industry need them, and they are the professional that are supposed to take over from the people that are industry. When I say retirement, I'm talking about the all the lecturer, different lecturer from different institution, different researcher from different institution that has to do with aquatic, ocean, and that. And for the student that have opportunity, whether the graduate, the one that have already graduated, or they are still in university, they have a lot of potential, and they have a lot of chances in the industry. There are many people that are taking over the industry of fish farming and aquaculture, and ground knowledge of what it takes to be an aquaculture specialization. And I even see many of them that diversify from one profession to fish farming business, even claiming to be a professional. So I want to advise and I want to call on all the lecturer in all the institution, all the aquaculture department. They should please, they should encourage the students currently in school, and that is one of the things that I like that I would like to be doing, to encourage the people that have opportunity to study fishery and aquaculture tech, and they are making use of it after they finish from school one way or the other. Let me start from appreciating my wife. That's her profession. She studied fishery and aquaculture. Let me also appreciate Mr. Samuel Peter, who's the let me appreciate Awa. Awa, study aquaculture, and she's practicalizing it. Let me appreciate what was it? Victoria in Kogi State, practicalizing it. Let me appreciate Adiola from UI. Aisha from fishery and marine technology. She's now in Ilorin, and many of them that I cannot mention. Why am I calling this name? And let me also appreciate one of the strong mentor in the industry that study fishery. Even the wife also study fishery. That's Mr. Sejiro Michael. Is one of the I mean one of the lights of aquaculture that the fishery students are seeing. Let me also appreciate Madam Oluwaranti Ofiebo. That's the SPC appeals. She studied fishery and she's doing it. Let me appreciate Dr. Okpadokun. Let me appreciate Dr. George Ayola and Mr. Bakri. These are our people. These are the people that study it, that they are making use of it. I want to appreciate others, one way or the other, that have opportunity to study fishery, but they don't have opportunity to practicalize it. But I will advise them, no matter what the situation is, they should try. Let me also appreciate Dr. Bola Adekoya. He's one of the strong mentor of the students, all the fishery students. He was one director of fisheries service in Ogun State, and he's also practicing it. So I would like to encourage the people that have opportunity to go to school to study fishery, and they are not putting into practice. They may have opportunity maybe in banking and all that, but they should try, and they should not let that profession to just go. They should try and put more effort. The industry must not die. And for the upcoming, they have a lot of opportunity and chances to become great, to become, if they want to become a millionaire, they can become a millionaire in the industry. So they should please focus. And for people that did not, our industry is open to all. I must be sincere. We have people that have been a strong pillar of the industry. Let me appreciate the people that have been in the industry that pass away, from Mr. Tunde Sani, from Alhaji Shodeinde, Alhaja, was the one of the Alhaja in Alaska farm, and all the people that have been in the fish farming business, that they are no longer alive. For the people that are also the strong pillar in the industry, from the Alhaji Remi Ahmed, Mr. Nuruddin Tiamiu, we have them many, Alhaja Nurat Atoba, Mrs. Adeyemi, there are many. These names I'm calling, they are millionaires in the fish farming business, and they have been in the industry for a while. Mr. and Mrs. Alaka, there are many. I can call them Honorable Sebanjo, Mr. Rotimi Omodeyin. You know, there are many. These are just people, the few people, you know. And let me also, I remembered Professor Bombata. This encourager of the fish farming and aquaculture. He's a lecturer, he's a mentor. There are many. Dr. Charity Oche, you know. So please, there is a lot of opportunity in the industry. And if we can put more effort, I believe the number of the imported fish that come into this country, those money that we are sending abroad to bring to import fish to Nigeria, the money will stay with us. We can, we can export out for people that like our product, that want to taste our fish, because we have a very good water and we have different species of fish. I believe if all the fishery personnel put more hand together, we can feed the whole world. We can feed Africa. We can feed the whole world with the species we have. We are blessed. We just need to do more. And Mr. Samuel Peter, please, this should not stop. We need to we need to do more. We need to bring more people, the major player in the industry, to encourage to encourage upcoming one and people that want to invest in the line of the business. This is important to do. Thank you. I appreciate you for bringing me up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We are so much glad to have you today. So, this is just our first episode of Farmer Story. So, just keep watching our page. We are going to be coming up with players in the industry like the ones he has mentioned. We are going to bring them on board to come and share their story, how they started, and what has kept them in the business so far. If it is not encouraging, if it is not making wave in the agricultural sector, no one will be doing it. But this is an evidence, is an evidence that this line of business is sustainable. It will not only make you wealthy, to make you wealthy. Thank you so much for watching us today. Bye, see you other time.
Thank you.